We now return to the Animal Chronicles on DZRJ, 8:10 a.m., the voice of the Philippines. Here's your host, Anna Cabrera.
Yep, we're back on the Animal Chronicles, and we are still here with Carla Avellana.
Yes.
We're talking about Rocky and their other pets and big family of animal lovers. What about your dad? Was he an animal lover?
Also, he breeds dogs. So both sides talaga of the family, both equally love animal lovers. So yeah, my dad would breed dogs. He knows so much about dogs.
Dogs lang, not cats.
No, not
Talagang
cats.
dogs.
My dad also used to take care of fish. What else? Birds. So yeah, rabbits, the works, everything.
Did it impart parang it was more important kasi parang you were exposed to different emotions of animals and made you aware that animals were sentient, they can feel, mga ganon. So you think for a family it would be good to expose kids to pets,
children to pets, definitely. Other than, learning responsibility, it's learning how to love, learning how to take good care of them, and learning that animals actually have feelings also. I believe in that. So,
yun yung core, no?
it's a
Kasi
good
if you know
thing,
that they can feel, then you actually take steps to prevent it.
yes, and I see a lot of kids, not even kids, but grown-ups these days who are afraid of animals, who don't even go near dogs because they're scared. So obviously, they didn't grow up with dogs. So it's another thing to, I guess, not be scared of animals. Growing up with animals around you, that helps you that gives you also a sense of security. Paglaki mo, hindi ka natatakot sa animals. So I see it as a good thing having animals around while growing up. So
And then
I encourage it.
there were studies also that if your kids grow up with animals, the less likely that they'll be parang allergic to animals as they grow up. So I also feel that kasi we grew up with pero cats naman, we're more of cat people. So when we go out and then there are people who are afraid of cats, parang you sort of pity them. Kawawa naman. They don't know
because they didn't grow up with.
There is this feeling good out of parang owning a pet, and you can't express it. You can't say the joy or the until you meet another animal lover. And
It's
then,
an experience. Yes.
And then it's parang for people to say that animals don't feel, or yung mga minsan there's insensitive thing na aso lang yan, and then the dogs die and then you're crying your heart out and it's like aso lang yan, ganon. What happened when Rocky died? Was it
was
a
unexpected. There were no warning signs, so it was very unfortunate. I was at work. It was my sister who called me to share the news that Rocky passed away. Oh my goodness. Until now, I haven't forgotten about that moment when I came home from work and I saw him. He was already inside the box. So I'll never forget that. And believe it or not, as an actress, I use that. I use that with when it comes to crying. And I do. I still use it.
You just try to think of
at work when I need to cry, in a scene, I use Rocky. I remember that particular moment when, he passed away. So, yeah.
Did you have like a little funeral pa for him or some sort of ceremony?
No, it was just me and him. So, he was already in a box. I particularly gave instructions not to bury him yet until I was home. So, I could say goodbye first. So, yeah, but he lived a good life. So, diba they say also na animals sometimes they carry the disease or the illness
that's
for
supposed
you,
to go
or
to
they
you.
pass away just to save somebody. So I also believe in that. So yeah.
Talaga? Yeah. Wow. It was really a pleasure to have you on the Animal Chronicles tonight. If there was something that you can say to our listeners about animals or what they can do to help animals, what would it be? I mean, Carla Avellana, to the listeners of Animal Chronicles.
Pressure. I'm so nervous. It's a great thing to have pets around the house, but we should always remember that with pets, come responsibility, of course. We cannot just have pets so that they are cute to look at or what. We have to really take good care of them, watch over them, because, you know, in the end, kawawa naman if we just leave them out, or if we abuse them or neglect them. These are living creatures. So they don't have voices. That's why we're here, to be able to speak for them. So it's, you know, it's a gift from God. Animals are a gift from God. So let's take good care of that also, just like we take good care of everything else that God has given us. So responsibility is one. Give them all the love, because they will give it back to you. And then awareness also. PAWS is here to constantly remind everybody of, you know, the small things about animals. No to dog fighting, no to dog meat, please. If, again, you notice something around your neighborhood, please report it to your barangay, your local, you know, barangay. Please do not be afraid. And yeah, that's it. Dami.
yung people tend to be medyo cynical when they report down, they don't get noticed. But actually, we've called 117.
Okay.
They do respond to
good.
it.
Yes.
And just as long as you give definite details. So don't be disheartened. It's not a callous world na nobody will pay attention to your complaints. They will.
Okay.
It's just that you get details and be sensible, and just
of course, adoption.
I adopt.
We have so many cats and dogs in the shelter that are, you know, waiting for a home, waiting for a family to love them. They will give you all the love back, trust me. They are all waiting for a home. So if you have the time to pass by the shelter, please do. You will fall in love. You don't have to have a lot of money to be able to adopt. You don't have to have a big house, you know. It's an animal. Some food, okay na. Love, okay na yun. That's, you know, there's so many of them left at the shelter. So let's please take notice and share some love. Tama, Valentine's.
Oh, yeah. That's our Valentine's special here at Animal Chronicles. And then, yeah, share the love. Adopt from an animal shelter.
Yes.
Be kind to animals. And yes, just as Carla has said, animals have no voice. And so we are their voice.
Here.
Yeah. Thank you so much for being here on the Animal Chronicles. Again, that has been this episode of the Animal Chronicles here on the Voice of the Philippines. The Animal Chronicles is the voice of the animals. And thank you again.
Thank you so
Carla.
much.
We will be back next week with another person. Of course, wala pang mga confirmation, but we will definitely be talking about animals, and I think we will be talking to someone knowledgeable about saying goodbye to our pets. It's a pet crematorium and cemetery, so there will be a lot of interest there for people who want to have a good fitting tribute to their pets. Okay, thank you.
Thank you again. Thanks, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
You have been listening to the Animal Chronicles with Anna Cabrera. The